Hello everybody, let's work out. Today is going to be great. Every day is great. Orgasmicpathways.com, choose your pathways. So today, as you begin to march in place, getting the heart rate up a little bit, here's my little disclaimer, note of caution. I'm a lay person, I'm not an expert. I love learning and showing you what I learn, what works for me. So do your own due diligence, do what is safe, and none of this is to undermine any healthcare professional that you might be working with. So pick up the pace, maybe bring your knees up to gradually raise that heart rate. Today is going to be mostly an upper body workout. No equipment necessary. Optional pull-up bar. It's going to be nice rests and breaks. Lately we haven't been taking rests or breaks, if any, at all between moves, but this one, there will be. And then at the end, there's going to be a nice blast where we take no breaks. It's going to be awesome. And then some really nice long stretching, which you'll love. And there will be some lower body, some core work done too. Maybe vary it up. Wide knees like this. Get your arms involved. Get your breath involved. Maybe some kicks. Where you keep your knees down, keep your arms going. Kick yourself in the butt. Pick up the pace if you can. Back to knees high. Faster. Faster. Okay. Now just gently kick it out. Slowly bringing the heart back down just a little bit. Okay, like there's an imaginary wall behind you. Inhale, your arms up. Oh, exhale. Again. Oh, exhale. Now open your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together on the inhale. Oh. Now give me some arm circles forward, hands up, fingers facing up, I should say. Make the circles gradually larger. Now go backward. Now flip your fingers down. So you're like that, do that. Keep going back. Now go forward. Slow down. Go through a full range of motion and feel every degree of that 360 degrees. And keep breathing. Warming up the shoulders. Great. Now, do 10 push-ups, whatever variation you want, I don't care. Just make sure your shoulders are protracted, not retracted. Protracted. Scoop your hips, scoop your abs, protecting your lower back. Draw your kneecaps up towards your hips and shoot your heels back into the floor and avoid forward head tilt. So about 10 push-ups. I'm going to do mine on the wall. It's a little bit of an advanced version. All right, at your own pace, just do 10. Perfect. Throw your arms up and back down, up again, and exhale back down. Shake out the arms. Now do 10 pull-ups, or if you don't have a pull-up bar or you can't do pull-ups, grab a towel and mimic pull-ups, just like you're trying to pull the towel apart. Get into a little squat there and just make a really strong mind to muscle connection and squeeze your shoulder blades at the very bottom and pause there on the exhale, squeezing everything together, especially the shoulder blades, back up and really pulling that towel. I got my door mount pull-up bar there. I'm going to do 10, you do 10, and we'll meet right back here. Beautiful. Now, clasp your hands in front, pull your hands apart, try to anyway, and round the shoulders forward. So you're getting a nice back stretch after that. Beautiful. Reach overhead, hands still clasped. Try to pull the hands apart. Okay, shake it out. Beautiful workout so far, hey? I love this stuff. Okay. Now, we're gonna go to the floor. Do the core on the floor, right? All right, so for this one, we're gonna do roll up, V-ups. It's the one I really like a lot. You've probably seen them in my other workouts if you've done my other ones. So for this, go back like so. Extend the legs out, straight knees, or if you have to, bend them. If you're feeling strong and good, straighten them out, hands up. In a very controlled manner, very controlled, so that we're using our abs the whole time, our core. Come up like so. Straighten the back and come back down. On your way back down, bring your feet up, reach, and then lower. That's one. This is two. We're going to do 10. That's 4. And 4. That's 7. One more. Oh, that feels so good. Okay. Up. Now we're going to do some glute work. So for this one, just get into a tabletop. Thrust your pelvic skyward as much as you can. Squeezing your butt as much as you can to drive your pelvic up as much as you can. And breathe. Can you bring your pelvic up another centimeter? I think I did. Okay, down. Then back up. Squeeze, go higher. Another breath. And back down. All right, cool. Now hug everything in, roll back. Just hug everything in for a second. And come back up. Isn't that beautiful? Back on your feet. All right, now we're gonna get into the main part of the workout. So shake everything. Feet, arms, hands, let gravity kind of do the work. You're resting actively so that we can come into the next move as strong as possible and as ready as possible. I'm in this small little room right now because this is the only room where I've got this wall space, because I'm going to use the wall option here. Join me if you like. Maybe at some point in my house I'll figure something out in a larger room where I got more wall space. But first I'll show you the non-wall option. You can do what works for you. All right, I think we're ready. Okay, so to start with, 12 minutes in, this is beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna start on this wall over here. All right, what I'm going to do, let's get this out of the way. This is nuts, I got all this stuff here. Okay, so we're gonna start with holding Pike. I'm gonna start with a handstand against the wall. And we're just gonna hold that for a while, statically. So here's what a Pike is going to look like for you. So basically, you're gonna come forward, walk your hands out, and your feet out. Get in this angle here. So you're basically in a plank to start with. Shoulders protracted, abs scooped, so you're protecting the low back. Shooting your heels out towards the floor, drawing your knees up towards your hips. You're gonna walk your feet and your hands as close as you can to each other while maintaining straight legs or nearly straight legs. And then lean forward. You can even come up more on your toes, if you can see that, like this, just so that you're shifting more of your weight onto your hands, forcing your shoulders to work hard. So you're trying to train yourself to get into a handstand, basically, by shifting as much weight on your shoulders as you can. Even if you have to do that, lifting your heels up off. So toy with that and get into it. Might make minor little adjustments as you need to. As for me, I'm going to be up against the wall in a handstand, but I cannot do them unassisted yet. So this is where I'm at, and we're just going to hold this for a while, statically, okay? So are you ready? I believe I am. Yeah, that's about right. All right. Go for it, into your Pike, and hold it. And me into my handstand. Me too, my shoulders are elevated as much as possible. I'm not sinking into my shoulders, and neither should you be. If that means you have to make an adjustment so that you're not sinking into your shoulders, go ahead and do that. Sometimes you gotta regress to progress. Should be burning, mine are shoulders on fire. I'm just about to come out. go. Because if I go until I can't do it anymore, I crash onto my head, and that's not good. Break my neck, ugh, no thank you. So I gotta come out respectively. Pretty good, hey? We're gonna repeat that same thing. If you're feeling super strong, feel free to join me on the wall if you feel safe. Or continue what you're already doing with the pike hold. You don't even need to take a break with me if you don't want to. I am, because I have to. I could not hold myself up anymore. And if you're with me, we're going to go right back into it in just another couple seconds here. Shake everything out. All right, back into it. Ready? Let's go. Oopsie daisy. Engaging my core, my shoulders. My gaze is between my hands. I'm also scooping my abs in this position, protecting my lower back. So the core is very much engaged. I'm just about to come out before I crash to prevent breaking my neck. Whew. That's pretty good, right? We're going to do that again for a third time. Yes, we are. A little bit of a rest. See, I said we'd be getting some rests in between these here. At the moment, we're focusing more on strength. Not as much as we were on strength and endurance when we don't take rests, or when the rests are just for like a breath or two. This is primarily strength right here. So actively resting, so we come back in with as much strength as possible. So right now, recovery is the name of the game, active recovery. Shaking things out. Not statically holding anything, because that requires energy. We're letting gravity do the work of whatever we're doing here, like this. Pretty much all gravity. Okay, let's get back into it again. It's fun. Third time. Ready? You're pike, or join me on the wall. Or if you're a big time superstar, no wall, just unassisted handstand. I'll get there someday. All right, let's go. Just about to come out. Starting to shake. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is so good. Okay, now we're going to do something different after 3 rounds of that. But we are going to come back to that and rest assured. All right, now we're going to hold a variation of a plank. I'll show you what kind. I'm going to do walking planks on the wall. If you're not feeling up for that yet, I'm going to show you walking planks on the floor. With an optional push-up in between. I'll show you. All right, so you're going to get to a plank. Remember, protract the shoulders. Drive the heels to the floor. Scoop your abs, protecting your lower back. Avoid forward head tilt. So we got our plank. You're keeping your core tight the whole time. You're just going to go to the side. Then to the other side. Just go back and forth like that. Now, optional push-up is going to be this. Push-up. Push-up. Whatever you want to do, just make it work for you. All right. Ready? I will be on this other wall for this one, right over there. Should be loads of fun. Okay. All right. Let's get started in just another second or so. Remember, active breaks, keeping your body active. Okay, pick your version of a walking side-to-side plank that you're gonna do, and let's get started. I'm not gonna tell you for how long. When I say stop, then we're done. Here goes. Go. Okay. Well, that went for about 40 seconds. It was basically until I couldn't do them anymore. So that was our stopping point. Shake everything out. Do these little huggers with your arms. Stand up if you wish. While this cuts my head off. You don't need to see my head for this. Nice little rest. And you guessed it, we're going to do that again. Walking planks. All right, we're going to get started again in another second or so, in a few seconds. Feels good, right? These long rests, that means when you come back in, you got to work harder. More strength, more power. All right. Get into position for your walking side-to-side planks or wall planks. Doing a wall plank here. Are you ready? Okay. Ready, set, go. Yeah, I'm struggling. Hope you are too. Well, that was 52 seconds, almost a minute. Wow. It's really hard when you're on a wall. Could be hard just on the floor, depending on where you're at. As long as it's challenging you, you'll change. So do that variation that safely challenges you. Whew. All right. The next one, we're going to change up a bit. And another few seconds or so here. Let me show you this one. Do this. Little circles. Letting gravity do the work the other direction. I think this feels so good to just let gravity pull it down and traction out the shoulder joint a little. And as your hand or your arm circles, you'll even feel a nice little stretch along your lat right here, which is pretty neat. And the other side. It's one of my favorite active moves, active recovery moves. This little thing here, whatever you want to call it. And then this elephant trunk swinging back and forth. Feels so good. Feels very good. I love it. All right, so this next one, this one is like a jackknife push-up, except we're not really pushing up, but we're gonna do a jackknife variation. And that is, if you're on the floor, it's going to look like this. All the same guidelines: scoop your abs, protect your lower back, protract the shoulders, all that stuff. But now you're going to walk the hands out as much as you can, like so. If you feel your abs starting to, your core is no longer protecting your lower back, then don't go any lower. Come back up. And then come back up like so. And just repeat that over and over, holding for a second at the bottom, and then back up. It's one most people have not done before, and it's so good. But be careful, if you go too far, you can really do some damage to your lower back. So listen to yourself. When your low back is no longer protected, or just before you reach that point, we can start to feel it happening. That's when you don't go any further. The goal is not injury, it's to get stronger. And if this feels bad altogether, then you just hold plank. Or do little maybe micro mini steps. It doesn't have to be big steps. It can just be just sort of like this. Forward, backward, or whatever you want to do that works for you, okay? I'm going to do my jackknives against the wall because of course I am. Why wouldn't I? All right. Are we ready? As ready as we're going to be? Yes, I think so. I'm going to get started here in just a few more seconds. Ready? Go! Holding that at the bottom for a couple seconds really does a number on me. Wow. Make sure your abs are scooped the entire time. It's so easy to let that slip, but don't do it, especially on this one, on a jackknife. That was a little over a minute. Way to go. High five. High 10. Okay. I'm going to do a little cat-cow stretch between these now. So I'm down on all fours like this. Knees bent 90 degrees. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. On the inhale, I'm going to lift my head up and point my butt to the sky. On the exhale, everything's the opposite. Around the back, point my butt down, chin to chest. And just do that with the breath a few times on your own. Oh, that is so good. Adjust my thermostat real quick because it's right here. All right. Okay, we're going to do that again. You guessed it. Indeed. However, this time, I'm going to add something pretty cool to the mix. In fact, I will want to move this over here now. You'll see why. So do what you were doing before. If you're on the wall, you can add this gorgeous variety where basically I'm going to start by walking my feet up the wall. Okay, so my whole body isn't going to be in there. That's just the way it's going to have to be. But you'll get the idea. So I'm going to walk my feet up. And then back down. And then extend into the jackknife. And then come back up. So I'm walking my feet up the wall first, then back down, then my hands out, then back in, then my feet. You get the idea. And that's a gorgeous move in its own right. I mean, wow. So let's get on with that. Shake out a couple more times. Okay, so pick what variation you're going to do. You might just be on the floor still, doing the same thing we did before. And that is perfectly fine. There's always something to grow into and get stronger, that's for sure. I still have yet to grow into the unassisted handstand, and then everything from there too. All right, ready? Another round of what we just did, nice long active rest. So you should be able to do it with a lot of power, a lot of strength. Okay? Ready? Into position, set. Take a breath. Go. Wow, just one rep is a killer. Keep going if you got more in you. That was all that I had. I wasn't even done with 3. I did like 2 3/4. But I had to stop because in that position, if I collapse, I could get injured big time. So I had to come out of it, but that's where I'm at. 2 3/4 reps on that one. Now that particular sequence I did is new to me, so as I do that regularly, I will get better, of course. I'll be able to do more, whip out 3 or 4, 5, 6, get up to 10, that would be awesome. But we've all got something to shoot for. Are you still going? Wow. Okay, come up, rest actively. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Some huggers. Oh, that's so good. Have no fear. We're going to burn this out shortly here. That rhymed. I did not mean for it to, but it did. Okay. We're going to end this part of the program where we started, and that's going to be side planks. I'm going to start on the wall, but I'm so fatigued, I'm pretty sure I will end on the floor with everyone who's on the floor. So point back over this direction. Get that table out of my way. Okay. Side walking planks on the floor, the wall, whatever you want. Ready? Nice active recovery. Means you can come in with a lot of strength, super strong. All right, side to side. Let's go. Starting right now. I'm surprised I'm still on the wall. Okay, I'm on the floor. I'm gonna do some down here with you now. Unless you're still on the wall, I don't know. A couple more. Okay. Very good. We kept that going a couple seconds more than a minute, where I started on the wall, ended on the floor. You don't have to end where you start. If you can't do any more physically, you're done, then go to a modified version so you can keep going. That's how you work beyond the point of momentary muscular failure. That's how you work beyond that, and you get stronger by challenging yourself even more. And that's just one of several ways to go beyond the point of momentary muscular failure. I show those in other videos, but for this one, we'll just keep it there. Little active recoveries like this, not holding long. Whew. Okay, now we're going to do something a little different. The next phase of this workout. Are you ready? All right, we are going to start with simply running in place with high knees for 1 minute, and then just follow me. There's going to be 5 moves, 1 minute apiece, no rests unless you need to, and you come back in as soon as you can, and always be moving if you're resting, taking a breath or two, okay? All right, are we ready? I think we are. Okay. High knees, ready? Stopwatch going. Go! 1 minute. Do this with some speed. You started at 1 speed. Can you go faster? See how high my knees are? Half a minute. Eight seconds faster. Okay, now one hand without resting. Just do this back and forth like you're going up a hill. In 30 seconds, we're going to switch. You can pump the other arm like I am. Switch sides without stopping. See if you can go faster. Okay, come up. I just want you to bounce on your toes. Keep your legs straight. Legs straight but not locked. Don't lock your knees. As high as you can. Explosive. Each hop on the balls of your feet. Never letting your heels touch the floor unless you have to. 30 seconds. Ready? Heisman. It's gonna be this. Explosive. Explode ups, crunch into the side. Explode. Whoa, now you lose your balance like I did. Get right back into it. 20 seconds to go. Add more explosiveness, more height, more distance. Oh yeah. Almost there. One more. Plank. Hold a plank for 1 minute. Just hold it statically. Squeeze everything. Scoop abs. Protect low back. Protract shoulders. Draw kneecaps up toward the hips. Avoid forward head tilt. Shoot heels out to the floor. 30 seconds. Keep holding it. Breathe. You're probably shaking. That's fine. 15 seconds. You know what really makes you stronger? Surprises. When you least expect it. Hold for an extra 10 seconds. For add a minute, you got 10 seconds more. It's like overtime. Who wins in overtime? 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come down. Oh, that was beautiful. So I added 15 seconds onto that to add an element of surprise, to make you stronger, make you better. Just kick your legs out like this. Snap your fingers if you want to, or not. Bring your breath down, your heart rate down. We're going to do some core work now and some stretching, and then that'll conclude this workout. I really like this workout a lot. Hope you do too. That is so good. Okay. Come down to the floor. Bring your core to the floor. We're going to start with what we started with in the beginning. That is V-up roll-ups. Ready? With me, do whatever variation you have to. It's like this, with your knees bent, or like this. You can skip the V-up if it doesn't work for you. Let's go. Come down extra slow this time. Controlled, each vertebrae hits the floor.
V up. Come up again. Come back slow. Very slow. Then V up. Come up. Very slow. Now we're going to pause it. Right here where it really hurts. Pause it and hold it. Keep holding. Now go back slowly. V up. That's hard. And at that point, the V up is very hard. Okay, last one. Ready? Roll up slowly. Straighten. Now come down slowly. And we're going to pause again. Pause. Now a little bit lower. Pause again. Now go to where it hurts the most and then pause again. Extend your feet and your toes. Point your feet as much as you can for counterbalance. So you can hold this without your feet coming up off the floor. Continue to squeeze. Now come down slowly. And a V up if you can. Can I? Let's find out. Barely. Man, that's a good one. Holy cow. Okay. Now we're going to hit our obliques. Very beautifully. This is my favorite oblique one. We're going to do this basically. Now if you can't bring your legs up too, then just your upper body. That's fine, as much as you can. You can use this arm a little, but use your obliques as much as you can. As you get stronger, you'll be using your arm less and less. So pick your variation and follow with me and squeeze at the very top, whatever variation you're doing. Ready? Pause, release. Pause, release, and repeat. 4. 10. 15. 20. 24. 25. Hold. Oh, get a good squeeze. Oh, wow. And slowly come back down. We got another side we got to do. Well, now you know how many we're doing. Making everyone count with a pause and a squeeze at the top on the exhale. Ready? 25. I guess I'll count down this time instead of up. So 25. 22 or 21? I don't remember. Well, let's do 21. So there might be an extra one in there because I lost count already. 20. I think that's 13. 12. 9. 5. 2. One more. Hold at the top. 1. Hold it. Slowly release. Oh, that's pretty good. Wow. I'll say. Whew. All right, now we're going to do something called heels to the heavens. You're ready for this. And then we're going to start to take care of our lower back here soon, or the back soon. Ready? Legs straight. If you can, try to flex your feet so your heels are going up. From here, you're simply going to do this motion here. So you're going to bring your butt up, keeping your shoulders in the middle of your back and your upper back to the ground. Just driving your heels straight up. Not back over your head, just straight up over your hips. Drive it as high as you can by thrusting upward with your hips. Okay? Ready? Go. $15. 20. 24. 25. Oh boy. That one is one of the most difficult ones for me. Some people do those pretty easily, but we've all got our strengths and weaknesses. That one for me is tough. In fact, I'm surprised I didn't come out of it. Usually when I do 25 reps, I got to come out like 2 times, maybe 3. I guess I'm getting better because I keep showing up, and you will too. So that's really cool. Okay, now we're going to do something called, I think it's tick-tock clock or tick-tock or windshield wipers. I think I've heard it called tick-tock windshield wiper with our legs. I like this one a lot. This one's pretty cool. Okay, straight legs. Again, flex the feet, don't point them, but flex them so your heels are up. And you're basically gonna put your arms out like so, go side to side. The deeper you go, the harder it's gonna be. So if that's too hard, just don't go as deep, go like this, okay? You can also flex your knees like so, make it easier, totally up to you. So on that note, into position, let's go, let's give it a shot. And I'm gonna throw a little caveat in there towards the end. For this one, I have to fight to try to straighten my legs. You can probably see that my knees are bent a little. They just don't want to straighten all the way, so I gotta fight for that. Okay, your next time down, pause it, just hold it. The deeper you go, the harder it's gonna be, but statically contract, really squeeze. Keeping both shoulders to the floor, both of them. Try to close the gap between your thighs and your stomach too, if you can, keeping your legs straight. That'll make it harder. That's as much as I can do. Now the other side. This side is actually a little better for me. It's not abnormal to have a strong side. A few more breaths. See, both of my shoulders are on the floor still. Then back up. Now hug the knees in. 2 little circles. The other way. You egg beaters. I recently learned about these where you grab your knees and go the opposite direction like that. And then the other direction, the other opposite directions.
I think that feels really good. While we're here, happy baby. So reach to the outside of both of your feet and just pull yourself in like this. You can even rock back and forth if you want, like a happy little baby. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, wow. All right, now, while we're on the floor, we're gonna get the back real quick and do some nice stretches too. So the best way to get the back from here simply is gonna be, you've heard it, Superman's. So you're gonna bring your chest up off the floor, like so, doing as much of the work with your back as you can. If you can remove your hands from the floor like this, your back will work harder. And if you can lift your feet and legs off the floor like this, you'll work even harder. Back, butt, the whole posterior chain of the body is working hard like this. If you can't get everything off, just do the upper body and then switch to the lower body and hold it. We're still holding and breathe. You can also bring your arms back like this if you want to. Everything will be up, but it'll be a little easier. And then to make it harder, bring your hands back to the front. A couple more breaths. Relax. And back into it. Go as high as you can. High as you can. And relax. One more time. Everything up, everything that you can. Squeeze everything. Stay here. Don't come out unless you absolutely have to, otherwise fight. Another few breaths. It's a long one, I know. Almost. And down. Oh yeah. That'll strengthen your back and your butt, no question whatsoever. Oh, that is so good. And now, to finish that off, we are going to do a chair pose. And then, some wonderful stretches. Ready? Get into a chair pose. Your shoulders are stacked on top of your hips, on top of your knees, on top of your ankles. Everything is stacked. Ears above your shoulders. You're going to come down, keeping your knees over your heels. They might go towards the center of your feet, but not over your toes. Keeping your back straight, your spine elongated, mouth as far away from your butt as you can. I want you to sweep your arms up overhead and go as deep as you can into it, into your chair pose. Try to keep, I struggle with this one a lot. Try to keep your arms in alignment with your back. See, I really struggle with that. My arms, they want to dip like this, and yours probably do too. But I fight, and I want you to fight too. Elongating everything. And don't let your head tilt forward either. Keep your ears in alignment. Okay, come up out of it. Prayer hands. Everything stacked. Ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. We're going to do chair pose one more time. This time I'll face this direction. Accountable to you as well as myself. Let's check out this form. And don't let your knees buckle in either. Keep them on the straight plane of motion outward, okay? Ready? Now sit back, keeping everything straight, keeping your spine elongated, your shoulders elevated. Sweep your hands up. Chair pose as deep as you can, maintaining that good elongated form. Bring everything up. That's a reminder for me too, not just you. Everything up.
Few more breaths. This really gets everything. Okay, come out.
Oh, wow. That just gets everything so well. All right. Our first stretch is going to be a standing pigeon. Hold on to something if you want to balance. Stand on one leg, my left leg. My right ankle is on my left thigh above my knee. I'm going to sit back like I was with chair pose. Go to a side view for you. Knee out maybe to the center of my foot. Back straight. I'm also pushing down on my knee right here, so I get more of a outer hip stretch. You should feel it. Your outer hip, your right glute. As you sink into this, it should stretch that out more. You can also hold prayer hands if you want. I guess if you want to, you can try extending your arms up. I'm not. That's an option. Oh, it feels so good. Another breath. Come up in a controlled manner. Working on our balance here too, keeping our brain sharp. Other side, same thing. Left ankle over right thigh above the knee. Keeping shoulders forward, hips forward. I'm pushing down on that left knee, so I feel more of a stretch in my left outer hip. Another couple of breaths. Okay, come up. Ooh, that's pretty good. Now we're just going to do a forward fold. Sweep hands up. Stretch up. Look up. Okay, now bring the hands down. Fold on over. Fold on down, I should say. Exhale. Inhale up, straight back. Exhale down. Inhale up to straight back. Exhale down. Inhale up, straight back. Exhale down. Now walk your hands and your feet out to downward facing dog. This is another great stretch. So if you need to, you can come down to all fours for a second. Stack your shoulders on top of your hands, your hips on top of your knees, and then just simply push up in a downward dog. Push the floor away from you. Your sit bones pointed up skyward. Straight arms. You can bend your knees a little if you need to. It's more important your arms are straight here with your back. Straight elbows, straight arms into your back. Bend the knees if you need to, otherwise keep them straight. And try to bring your heels to the floor if you can. And try to push the floor apart, bringing your chest as close as you can to your thighs without moving your hands or your feet. This stretches the whole posterior chain of your body, your shoulders, your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes. This is another big move right here, downward dog. Okay, into plank for just a second, and then push back to downward dog and try to go a little deeper. Okay, now come down. Okay, now we're going to go into half split. I'm going to point this down a little more. Into half split. All right, so my left knee is under my left hip. Right leg is out. You can bring your left knee back behind your left hip if you want to go deeper into a split. Keeping the front leg straight but not locked. Hips remain forward, not cockeyed like that, but forward, shoulders forward, and hinge forward. Bringing your chest down towards your thigh or toward your shins or towards your ankle. So there's less rounding in the back and more of a stretch on your hamstrings
Your front hamstrings also, if you're pushing your knee back further, it's stretching out your left hip flexor. For most people, hip flexors are extremely tight because people just sit down all day long and they're not getting stretched or worked out. So this is a big move too. So you can go a little deeper. Okay, come up. Tall, elongate, and then go right back into it. So you can go a little bit deeper. You've relaxed it. Now release back into it. Big exhale. Try to go deeper. Big inhale so you get a bigger exhale, because on the exhale is where you should be able to make your gains. The top of my back foot is on the floor. I'm a little bit deeper into it. Yay me. Are you deeper also? Remembering to keep the hips squared to the floor in front of you. Okay. Come out of it. Oh, that's good. While we're on this side, we're going to go into pigeon. We did standing pigeon before. Now we're going to go into a floor pigeon. Rub my knee a little because it felt weird. So if your knee is bothering you, you may not want to do this one, or at the very least, find an alternative. Otherwise, hips squared back to the floor. Top of my left foot is down. My left leg extended behind me. My right in front of me. My foot brought out, as you see here. Trying to bring my knees to 90-degree flexion. It's not quite there, but it's pretty close. Shoulders and hips forward. Feeling it in the right outer hip and my left hip flexor. And try to come down. If you want to go to the right with your upper body, get a little bit more of a stretch. Oh, wow, that feels so good. We stay in this one for a little while because it's just so good for you. It is so incredibly good for you, pigeon is. It works out muscles that for most people are extremely tight and are desperate to be worked out and stretched out, like those hip flexors and the outer thighs. So another breath. I'm going to come up like this and then come out of it. Now while we're still here, one more move and then we'll go to the other side. So keeping that right knee in front of us, we're now going to bring our right heel under us. We're going to sit on our right heel. Going to reach back and grab the foot of our left leg. See if we can pull our heel in to make contact with our left butt cheek to our left heel. See if you can reach with the other hand. So it turns into a balancing move too, which I struggle with. Therefore, I want to do it. Because that's where growth is, that's where change is. It's in the struggle, safely, without injury. Try to keep your hips and your shoulders forward. Another big struggle for me. And lastly, probably not least, try to bring your body upright, your upper body. Mine's hinged forward a little, but I do the best I can to bring it upright. Awesome quad stretch, man. Wow. I have come a long way with this one, but there's still more to go, clearly. Oh, wow. Okay, come out slowly, maybe more slowly than I did. Now we're going to go to the other side. Starting with a half splits. Okay, the right leg is back. Straight front leg. Gonna work it forward as well as my right knee back. Keeping my right foot, the top of my right foot on the ground. Fighting for inches, millimeters, to open up even more and hinge forward. Try not to round the back too much, keeping the hips and shoulders forward. I just advanced by another centimeter. Okay, come up. Upright. And then back down into it. Same thing. See if you can go a little deeper. I'm gonna try. Big inhale. So I get a big exhale and I get to make bigger gains. That's why a big inhale is so important. For that big exhale and those bigger gains. Another millimeter for me, yes. Okay. While we're here, keep that front right foot forward. We're gonna go into floor pigeon. So right foot is back, top of the right foot is on the floor. Left ankle is out, left foot is out, going for that 90-degree knee flexion. Hips and shoulders forward and come down. And go to the left side with your upper body for a bigger stretch, if you can. We'll be here for a few breaths because this stretch is so crucially important. Make those little micro adjustments throughout as you need to and work into it. This is such an important stretch to feel. Okay, come up. And the last move on this side, in fact, we're just about done totally for this workout. Sit on that front left foot, that left ankle. Bend the back right knee. Grab the right foot. See if you can make contact to your your right butt cheek with your right heel. Shoulders, hips forward. Try to bring your upper body upright. Oh man, I really feel that in my quadricep, my back right quadricep. Release. All right. Couple more quick things to do. All right, for this one, we're going to finish off the quads now with this little stretch here. The quads are so important, not just to stretch out the quads, but also it opens up your back more for a better back bend, which will keep you more viable and less vulnerable for injury, especially back and low back injury. It's strong and flexible quadriceps. So we're going to go back like so. keeping your belly button drawn in towards your spine. The moment that you feel your lower back losing its protection is the moment you do not go back any further. For me, that's about right here. I could go all the way back and even make contact with the floor with my shoulders, but I'd have a huge bend in my back. It would no longer be protected, and I would no longer be stretching out the quadriceps. So this is it, right here. I will go back further as my quadriceps get more flexible. So keep your low back protected. That's the moral there. Okay, come out of it. Now we are going to do a spinal twist that is out of this world. I just freaking love it. In fact, we're going to do a seated spinal twist and then a floor one. So, right leg over your left, crisscrossing your legs like this. Your left foot is on the ground, your right leg is over on the other side of the top of your thigh. Now you're going to take your left arm, left tricep, and put it on the outside of your right leg, and you're just simply going to push. Your right hand is going to go behind your sit bones, and you're simply going to push with each exhale. Take a big inhale and push, twisting your spine. And every exhale you push and get a little bit more twist out of your spine safely. One more big breath. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. All right, the other side. Now my right leg is on the floor. My left leg is up and over the top of my other leg. So my left hand is down on the floor behind my sit bones. My right arm is bent at the elbow, tricep pushing against the left leg. Big inhale and twist on the exhale. All right, release. Now we're going to go to the floor, all the way back. Left leg straight, right leg bend. Left hand over the outside of your right knee. Simply come down like this. Bringing your right knee to the floor. Left hand over. Keep it there. Keep pushing it down against the floor. Extend your right arm out to the other side. Look to your right and keep your right shoulder on the floor. So both of your shoulders are on the floor. If it means that your arm comes up or your knee comes up, whatever, it's a twisting spine pose. With every exhale, you should be able to sink further into it. In fact, you might see yourself coming up. I know mine does. You'll see my arm will come up on the inhale and it'll sink right back into it on the exhale. So stay here for a few breaths. Twist that spine safely. Try to keep both shoulders to the floor. One more breath. All right, the other side. Straighten out the right leg. Bend the left knee. Grab onto the outside of the left knee with your right hand. Left hand out to the side, look to the left, and start breathing and twisting. You can make sounds with your exhales just like I'm doing. In fact, it's very good for your central nervous system to make sounds. On the exhale,
Who cares what you sound like? Just do it. It feels so good. Okay, come up. Last move down here on the floor. Ready? Reach up. Inhale as high as you can. Exhale, fold forward. Just reach as far as you can. Is your hand on your shins? Can you reach your feet? Can you reach your toes? Can you reach your heels? I got the whole palm of my hands on the bottom of my feet, which is awesome for me. Now, bend your knees, hug your hamstrings, hug your chest into your thighs, so there's contact between your chest and your thighs. Next exhale, big inhale. Straighten your knees, keeping your chest to your thighs as long as you can. See if you can get deeper. Now, how far do your hands go? All right, come up. And this is it. This is the end of the workout. One quick little thing here we're going to do. Hour and 21 minutes. Way to go, people. You know what's important. So inhale, reach up. Reach to the sky. Stand on your toes, on your tippy toes. Elongate your entire body, your spinal column, your arms, your shoulders, everything. Stretch out as much as you can. Looking to the sky, and then come back down. Back feet on the floor. Namaste. Way to go, everybody. Orgasmic Pathways, high five. Orgasmicpathways.com. Choose your pathways. I've got healthy recipes, a healthy grocery list, organized the way that they would be at the grocery store into different categories. Lots of other workouts. There's so much stuff you can pull from it. Just pull from it whatever works for you and helps you make your healthy lifestyle change for life, right? That's important. That's super important that it's sustainable, so it can be lifelong and you get to live a happy, healthy life and maybe inspire other people too, just by your example. Who knows? Okay? And this translates into better sleep, better day-to-day life. Everything relates to everything. Why not? Better digestion, regularity, feeling stronger, feeling better. Maybe with your doctor's approval, no medications at some point. Who knows what's possible? So go for it. It's worthwhile. Bye for now. And share this with friends and family. Share this. I do this for free. And you can help me out a lot by sharing it, as well as subscribing to my YouTube channel, which you can also find on orgasmicpathways.com. And YouTube, actually, they pay me. It's amazing. Every month I get paid. And I don't have to charge you guys anything. And that can continue to do so, where I don't have to charge you anything and I get paid anyway, so long as you share this, you subscribe to my YouTube, you comment on the videos so that YouTube shows it to more people. And I continue to give this stuff to you for free, not charging you anything, and I still get paid. It's beautiful. So please do that if you got value from this. Help a brother out without any money, just by what I explained. That's it. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now. Mwah.